At Capella University, learning online doesn't mean learning alone. You'll get support from people who care about your success, like your enrollment specialist who gets to know you and the goals you'd like to achieve. You'll also get a designated academic coach who's with you throughout your entire program. Plus, career coaches are available to help you navigate your professional goals. A different future is closer than you think with Capella University. Learn more at capella.edu.
Rinse takes your laundry and hand-delivers it to your door, expertly cleaned and folded. So you could take the time once spent folding and sorting and waiting to finally pursue a whole new version of you. Like Tea Time You. Or this Tea Time You. Or even this Tea Time You.
So did you hear about Dave?
Or even Tea Time You.
So update on Dave.
It's up to you. We'll take the laundry. Rinse. It's time to be great.
This is Optimal Finance Daily. Spend less, live more. Part 2 by Leif, a physician on F.I.R.E.com. It's been more than a decade since Daniel Kahneman and Angus Deaton published the article High Income Improves Evaluation of Life, but Not Emotional Well-Being, establishing the loose connection between income and happiness. The conclusion was that, quote, high income buys life satisfaction, but not happiness, and that low income is associated both with low life evaluation and low emotional well-being, end quote. The number at which happiness failed to rise with higher income was 75,000 in 2010. Inflation has pushed that closer to 100,000 in the 2020s, but you'll still hear the 75,000 quoted quite often. If you read the study, you'll note that life satisfaction, as measured by the study, did continue to rise with rising income, but we see diminishing returns with small incremental increases even with large steps up in income. Quote, we infer that beyond about $75,000 a year, there's no improvement whatever in any of the 3 measures of emotional well-being. In contrast, the figure shows a fairly steady rise in life evaluation with log income over the entire range. The effects of income on individuals' life evaluations show no satiation, at least to an amount well over $120,000. From Kahneman and Deaton in 2010. One challenge in interpreting a study like this is the fact that it's based on income and not spending or net worth. I believe, and this is somewhat based on my own experience and that of people I've gotten to know in the F.I.R.E. community, that net worth increases may boost happiness and life satisfaction as much or more than income or spending. Note that spending and net worth gains are inversely correlated, especially in the accumulation phase of wealth building. A dollar spent is a dollar not saved or invested. If you studied physiology, you may recall Frank Starling's curve demonstrating the relationship between preload, as the patient's volume status, and cardiac output. As preload, as measured by LVEDP, increases, cardiac output increases up to a point. There comes a point where output plateaus and then begins to decrease as the heart is overloaded and slips into heart failure. Replace preload with spending and cardiac output with happiness, and I think you get a nearly identical curve. When your baseline is to not spend much at all, as you open up your wallet, you can really improve your life and life experiences in meaningful ways. Once you're spending most of your paycheck, assuming that's a 6-figure sum for a high-income professional, you begin to see diminishing returns. As your level of spending, the preload equivalent, reaches a tipping point, you might not be saving for retirement at all. You could be taking on credit card debt. You may be committing financial infidelity by hiding your true financial status from loved ones. This is the downslope on the curve where more spending leads to more stress and decreasing happiness. A drastic change is in order here. It could mean earning more or spending less. Some combination is probably best. Live more. When you spend less, you can live more. How so? First, when you create a wide gap between what you earn and what you spend, it's actually much easier to say yes to one-time expenditures. If you take that spur-of-the-moment trip to the bowl game and your savings rate drops from 50% to 45%, the consequences are relatively inconsequential as compared to lowering your savings rate in half from 10% to 5% when you're living right up to your means. More important is what happens after a decade or two of living well while spending less. For great detail, see The Tale of Four Physicians. In summary, one can reach financial independence, that is, the ability to live your life as you choose without any need to earn money indefinitely, in about 15 years. At that point, you might choose to cut back and work part-time. You can choose to work in academics or spend more time volunteering. You could try out a completely different career, start a business, or retire completely. If you wanted to travel the world and never found the time, you've got all the time in the world. Take advantage. Live more. Own less. Live more. I've been more of a maximalist than a minimalist most of my life. But after moving more times than I care to admit, I've begun to appreciate the benefits of minimalism. A few years back, before our most recent move, I got rid of half my clothing. And I haven't missed one garment. Quote, "The things you own end up owning you. It's only after you lose everything that you're free to do anything." Chuck Palahniuk, Fight Club. I'm not opposed to owning things, and I have more than my share of stuff. But I recognize that possessions can be demanding. They require storage. Many objects require maintenance or at least cleaning. And the more things you have that can break down, become damaged, lost, or stolen. I don't like to spend my free time troubleshooting, repairing, cleaning, or organizing my things. Maybe you're different, but I prefer a life without chains. How to spend less. If you agree with the premise of spending less but are unsure where to start, I can share some tips. Track your spending with Personal Capital or a Mint to establish a starting point. Learn to budget with the wildly popular You Need a Budget or YNAB, or try Dr. James Turner's anti-budget. Buy fewer things. Take longer, more affordable trips. Get flight alerts from Scott's Cheap Flights and go to Mexico for $200 or Europe for $400 round trip like we have. Use credit cards wisely. Always pay the balance in full and easily earn free flights, hotel nights, or straight up cash back. If your goal is to live more, you'll find what works best for you and your family. You just listened to part 2 of the post titled Spend Less, Live More by Leif of physicianonfire.com. If you're paying rent every month without earning anything in return, let me introduce you to Built, the rewards program designed for renters who want to earn something for their largest monthly expense. Let me explain. By paying rent through Built, you earn flexible points that you can actually use. I'm talking about points that can be redeemed towards hundreds of hotels and airlines, a future rent payment, your next Lyft ride, and more. Now here's the part that really makes sense from a financial perspective. It doesn't stop with your monthly check. You can earn additional points just by dining out at your favorite local spots, get VIP treatment at certain fitness studios, and enjoy exclusive experiences only available to Built members. This is a great financial hack. It's about time your rent started working for you. Earn points on rent and around your neighborhood, wherever you call home, by going to joinbuilt.com/OFD. That's JOINBILT.com/OFD. Make sure to use our URL so they know we sent you. Introducing your new Dell PC, powered by the Intel Core Ultra processor. It helps you handle a lot, even when your holiday to-do list gets to be a lot. Because it's built with all-day battery, plus powerful AI features that help you do it all with ease. From editing images, to drafting emails, to summarizing large documents, to multitasking. So you can organize your holiday shopping and make custom holiday decor and search for great holiday deals and respond to holiday requests and customer questions and customers requesting custom things, and plan the perfect holiday dinner for vegans, vegetarians, pescatarians, and Uncle Mike's carnivore diet. Luckily, you can get a PC that helps you do it all faster, so you can get it all done. That's the power of a Dell PC with Intel inside, backed by Dell's price match guarantee. Get yours today at Dell.com/holiday. Terms and conditions apply. See Dell.com for details. I think for most people, the benefits of spending less is having more money to save, invest, and grow your net worth. Becoming financially secure has huge benefits and can open up a lot of options in terms of navigating obstacles and seizing opportunities. However, as my minimalist friends know, there are more benefits to spending less that have little to do with money. Socrates said that the key to happiness is not in seeking more, but in developing the capacity to enjoy less. When I think about my self-imposed restriction when I was getting out of 30 grand of debt in 11 months, I don't remember feelings of deprivation. I remember it as an incredible time of personal development. I stopped wearing makeup and got comfortable with what my face looked like. I spent more time alone reading books from the library, journaling, and working out. I learned new skills like cooking, and I showed myself that I'm actually more resourceful and creative than I ever knew. I developed the capacity to enjoy my own company. What a freaking concept! I think the key to spending less, aside from the practical things like tracking your spending and engaging with a budget, is to develop an abundance mindset. Foster an intense sense of gratitude for the material wealth that you already have. And marketers will have a tough time convincing you to buy more. What if you could get yourself to an emotional state where you know that what you already have is enough without any change in your circumstances? It might sound far-fetched, but I can tell you from firsthand experience, it is possible. That's a wrap for another Monday show. Have a great rest of your day and start to your week. And I'll be back tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.